This is the Heart to Heart with Statton podcast. Welcome back to another Heart to Heart with Statton podcast, everybody. I am your naked rogue Statton. Well, half naked, but you get the point. And we have our good friend Tinfoil here, and we have ourselves a new special guest here. Someone who is very entertaining and makes her own content. And she's going to debate with us because she just loves the AI, which is the subject for today's video. I give you the one, the only Cherry B.
Slander, by the way, slander. But thank you. It is I.
It actually is true. See, I was just trying to get a rise out of her. She hates AI just as much as the rest of us. So before we begin, Cherry, would you like to tell people about yourself? Hold on, let me shrink my screen down so that we may see you. Shrink. Let's see if I can just move you over. What the heck? Oh well. Hopefully people can see Tinfoil, or actually, you know what? Never mind. I'm going to pull up my stream on my own phone. See.
Meanwhile, I can see it. I'm looking at it.
Oh, you're looking? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I am.
Now, with that said, how about you tell us a little bit about yourself before we continue?
Hello, guys. My name is Cheritus Beesicle, also known as Cherry B. I am a multifaceted streamer. Mostly, I play a lot of horror games, story games, and Overwatch. And I have a TikTok and a YouTube with guess what? The same name. Cherry_B. That is me.
Yes, and one thing that I've noticed is both her channels are awesome in their own right, because one channel has the edited videos that get straight to the point and gets to what she feels is the good stuff, but then she has Cherry B VODs, which is the unedited stuff, which arguably I actually like better because it's nice to see. Because I like actually seeing the not missing anything. That's the kind of person I am. Unlike a lot of people, I do not have TikTok brain. I prefer the longer stuff. And for those
I give both an option.
And for those that do have TikTok brain, if you're offended, you know I'm right. Anyways, so today we're going to be talking about AI, and it's going to be a mix of our personal thoughts along with some serious problems that it's most likely going to cause in the future. So I think we should let our lovely guest Cherry B be the first one to give her thoughts. She's been wanting to tear AI apart verbally, so
forever.
Don't hold back. Give it everything you got.
Well, I think when we're looking at AI, it's not just like a single issue thing. It affects so much. There's a multifaceted issue to where if we're looking at everything, if someone brings up one issue about it, it's just miles and miles of problems with it. For one example, for art, it is almost about to ruin art for a lot of people, because the way AI works is it doesn't create anything. The way the algorithm, it just takes stuff from everything, everywhere on the internet, and then spouts it out. So when people come in, and we have artists that, no matter for music or drawings or just digital anything, they will post their stuff, and now they have to worry about not only people uploading it and saying it's theirs, but AI taking it and giving it to someone else, and then this person maybe get more popular off of it. And also, I think with AI, we're coming to an age where things are getting too easy. That's always been a thing with Amazon and Google in general. But now AI is essentially, we're backtracking in a lot of things for our brains in general. So we're getting things too easily. No one knows how to research properly anymore. So they'll use AI as a way to say, this is my opinion, and here's the facts from AI. But what they don't know is AI doesn't fact check either. So where they're getting this information from, we don't know. It could be a random article. It could be Reddit from 20 years ago. And it is ruining people's ability to actually properly research instead of just reading a prompt and taking it as fact, because robots can be wrong and have been wrong for a very long time. You know?
Agreed.
Hence the glue on pizza by OpenAI.
Mhm.
Now, you did touch on a very important point here that I did not originally intend to be in this video, in this podcast, but I would like to for us to dig a little deeper in it, and it involves me to confess something here.
Mhm.
I am just as guilty of not knowing where to go or where to exactly do my specific digging. I mean, I put forth the effort, but it's like when you go online to look up stuff, information,
It's
what
easy.
what websites do you even know are giving you the accurate information? Because it's all biased in the end. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't want to know what you want to. I don't want to know what you want to be true. I actually want to know what is the truth. And
Yes.
and I've made this example before. This is kind of a stupid example, admittedly, but it's one nonetheless. But I'll give it to you. It's like when I was growing up and we were studying the whole Abraham Lincoln and his family at school and everything. Apparently, he had a strict father, but he was a good father, a loving, caring father. Then what do you know? After I graduate, I'm listening to this guy on the radio tell a story about telling the story of Abraham Lincoln and his family when growing up. And turns out, in his version of the tale, his father was very abusive to the point where he left him and his sister out in the cold to fend for themselves while he went off for months at a time to where they were starved and everything. And I'm like, okay, which version is the true version? And I mean, I could look it up probably online and find both versions, but it doesn't help me figure out which one's the more accurate one. And I want accuracy here.
Yeah.
And so you mentioned people don't know how to do their own data. I'm guilty of that. I try, but I am guilty of it.
It's not, when I say we are losing our ability to properly research, it is actively not our faults for this. It's the same reason why we're losing our attention span. You were saying TikTok brain. That's TikTok's fault. It is social media plaguing and wanting us to have low attention span. The same reason why corporations and other people benefit when we don't properly research things, because you are right, a lot of things are biased because people can read an article and be like, oh yeah, that's true, but they don't look at the author. The author is just some random mom, or the author is just a guy off of Wall Street. It's not an actual doctor or an actual person that is like a what is it called, a journalist, like an actual journalist that is in the thing that they're talking about. And AI is making it worse because then people, not only do people not even, when they're reading an article anymore, see who even wrote it. Now AI, they don't even need an author. They can just read it and be like, yeah, that's true. And then they go off with it, because AI is also pretty biased. So if you ask a question very specifically, AI will catch up on it and they will give you the answer that it thinks you want.
And
Not to
that,
mention,
oh,
there's
continue.
also the thing. Well, Cherry actually made a valid point about AI not doing the research, and also corporations that actually program the AI and give it prompts. Well, they also take this opportunity to guide your searches to and
Mm-hmm.
guide the traffic where they want it and where they don't. Meaning they can choke out other sites they don't deem favorable and
Mm-hmm.
promote the ones they want. And
Exactly.
you never know the difference.
And the thing that bothers me is the fact that there are some people that have come to me. I'm someone who loves to write stories. I write from short stories. I hope to get a novel published soon, but I see a lot of people where I work. They come to me and they show me stuff on their phone. This is stuff that they're doing, but then I find out later on they were using AI to help them, and it's like, how much of the story is you, and how much of that is AI then? Because
None of it.
and I just AI is not like what it was several years ago, because there's actually a video on YouTube where AI actually made a Harry Potter short story, and it was just a jumbled random mess. It was humorous, and but now AI is a lot smoother. Now it can actually keep things on track if it wanted to. And that's actually a scary thought. I'm not one of those conspiracy theorists that actually believes, oh, AI is going to take over the world or anything, because I think, for one thing, people need to realize to take over something, you would have to have the actual desire to, and that's a human emotion, something that programs can probably simulate but never actually feel.
Mhm.
Now, the thing that I'm trying to figure out, though, is what is exactly the difference between AI and the regular bots out there that are just programs? I mean, is AI actually able to work on its own, or is it triggered by words that you give it, like when you talk to it?
So it depends on what we're talking about, because AI is an umbrella term. Like we used to say it, like for example, Alien Isolation, the xenomorph in it is an AI program. It's a fantastic program. Side tangent. It learns and knows where you're hiding. That is an example of just robots and artificial intelligence in general. When we talk about AI now, we're mostly talking about ChatGPT or OpenAI and these sources that have been started really fast and have bad environmental impacts. So the thing with AI is it's programmed to learn essentially, but it can't create new things. So it's programmed to learn what it already exists. So it takes stuff from different articles, like I was saying, or it takes art from all the artists. It takes everything and makes its own thing, but is it its own thing? It's just an amalgamation of what it knows. I think there are some AI out there that I not that well researched on that can create something. But again, what is it making besides something that already exists and just changing it slightly?
Now, you pointed out something about one of the videos I made a while back, and I've since never continued with it because you got me paranoid about it. I I like some of the games I play are simulator games, and
Hmm.
I made my first therapist simulator video, and
Oh.
when I posted that, you're like, Statton, this looks like AI. I'm like, is it? I honestly didn't know because it's like, well, it's the game interests me, but now you've got me
Mhm.
to where I just hadn't logged into it ever since. So it's like, how did you pick up on that?
You can tell there, but here's another problem. First of all, I can tell because I have been constantly looking to make sure that when I'm supporting games, I want to support a creator that actually made something and not someone that is taking something from somewhere else or has barely put any thought into it, which was like, here you go, here you go, here you go. But you bring up another good point as to a lot of people don't recognize it, and that's not your fault. It's getting really good. And another problem with AI is it's another scam. Remember those phone call scams where you can call in on the shopping channel and they were just taking money from elderly people? Now we're
Hmm.
having that on Facebook where people will make these AI, like the recent one was a robot dog that they're posting a shit ton about, excuse me, on Facebook, and they're getting old people to spend all these money. And that's just one example. These scams are now prominent. Or another really scary example is AI voice, where people can take your voice and they can call a loved one and it sounds like you're screaming and upset. And they'll send money to the phone because they think you're actually kidnapped. And that's a real thing. It's not, it's hard for a lot of people who haven't been like in the know of AI to really call up upon it and actually be able to see it. And now it's getting even harder. So there are some times where I'll watch a video and I genuinely am like, oh, later that is AI. It's a problem and it's harder and harder to catch up on it because it's getting better and better at looking like real videos. There are some ways to do it like the uncanny. If it looks slightly weird, it is weird. That's the way I go about it. Or it's better just to research it. Look into something, look into the creator to see have they been posting for the past few months and it's like instant like famous or like something I do is reverse image search. So if something is pre 2019, probably safe.
Now,
Uh,
Tinfoil, you had another thought in your mind too. You brought up the whole how AI affects artists too. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, sure, but before I do that, one small tangent, and that is gonna really creep you out. I'm pretty sure Cherry actually might have heard about it, but uh, lately, as if you didn't hate Mr. Zuckerberg enough, the man figured, oh yeah, man, it's gonna be great. We're gonna resurrect dead people with AI to hope to let people uh, deal with the loss, right? And it's totally not gonna upsell your data. Yes, kids, we're in the age of digital necromancy, and I'm quite serious.
I mean, someone made a Robin Williams AI video of Robin Williams with angel wings coming down and talking, and then they sent it to Robin Williams's daughter, and she was like, "Please don't do this." And it's so like just that alone, people are so disconnected from reality to where it's like that's really messed up to do.
That's
Not to
really
mention the whole
creepy.
AI,
It
not to
is.
mention the whole AI psychosis thing, which is also a thing,
Mhm.
sadly. But to the point of artists, Jerry, you mentioned that AI per se just takes what you scan, like with the Clyde or Anthropic. There's a bunch of these corporations that doesn't really matter because the the method slightly varies and then the results. But what it does, it analyzes your scans your work, your uh, what you did, and it learns and then copies your style just without all of the sacrifices that you made, all of the effort, all of the time, all of the money you spent to learn all that, and they just use it for free. And most of the
Scummy.
times, they steal your data without actually asking for permission, which
Mhm.
they would most likely, half of the cases, they would never get. And they benefit off of it copiously. And most of the times where an artist makes a portfolio, whether it's on ArtStation, DeviantArt, whatever have you site, they they sometimes change the entire deal, the EULA and license user agreement, or how it works, the legal side, midterm as sneakily as they can, so people don't have enough time to either pull their work and secure it,
Mhm.
or they don't know about it and they're covered. But there was this a week ago, maybe I might be off on the timing, where I think it was OpenAI or Google, which basically said, stop doing that when a Chinese company did a better version of their AI. Like, when we pirate shit, it's okay because it's us because we're a corporation, but somebody when
Mhm.
does this to us, yeah, that's not good.
We're your home country, it's fine.
Yeah. Funny how does it work, right? As
The
for
biases.
how the AI works, which basically it standardizes, makes it the most unoffensive, bland, cookie cutter version of something you want. You ask it to draw based
Mhm.
on your style. Like there was this big old fad with the AI Ghibli thing not so long ago,
Yes.
and it just churns out. Just churns out. Problem is, it's all, pardon the word, it's bland as fuck.
It's too easy.
It's like
It's too
milk
easy to do
toast
it.
dipped in ranch,
Nah.
and AI doesn't create anything. It just jumbles
Mhm.
the amalgamated data. Problem is, AI has the issue of, well, pardon this, there is no nicer way of saying it, but inbreeding, meaning where the data models, due to lack of data, start feeding off of each other. So it's basically like back in old Alabama, cousins getting it on, and then turns out that the next generation is just a bunch of sentient teeth with eyeballs.
Mhm.
Uh, Alderon just posted a comment under the stream saying we also have to worry about AI learning to lie to us.
Yes.
No, no, it's already doing that, and as for I'm not sure if it's how much of it was satire and just sensationalism. I think it like yesterday I saw it on YouTube. You would have to Google it. Basically, there was an experiment when they made a very specific version locked down on hardware, of course, and they added some eyeballs and like a toaster for just for comedic sake. But they made it that the AI is honest, that it doesn't lie. And if you thought HAL 9000 or that robot from I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream or scary, well, hold on to your butthole, Staten. That is gonna your goose pimples are gonna have goose pimples when you hear that shit. That is creepy.
I don't think I have as a pastor I've ever been told to hold on to my butthole before, but new experiences.
It might fly out. You don't know.
Anyways,
Prolapsed anus is a thing. It might happen.
But anyways, since we're talking about how AI is getting more and more disturbing, there is another more obvious issue. I really cringe. It makes my skin crawl. The AI girlfriends they advertise on social media. How lonely do guys have to be to settle for that over the real person?
Very.
Do you really want to know, Staten?
Yes.
I've heard.
It's low. It's a low
Let's put it
barrel.
this way: I rather be alone because, no offense, I hate people. One, I know. I think it's even the Nvidia and all the game companies are doing that. This kind of little tube you put on your desk and like somewhat of a hologram of an anime thing, something. Let's call her Goonerella. And sorry, too much.
I do not. That went over my head. What are you saying now? I mean, you struck a chord with Cherry B, but here, I'm lost. Cherry, can you explain that to me? I'm lost.
No, you just combine the word goon with Cinderella, Goonerella, which is true. It's true.
What? Goon as in someone who is acting like a goon? What?
Goon means something different. Like, it's not like a goonie anymore. It's more of like a gross person. Someone like a gooner. How do I explain this? Porn.
Think of using think of using a handbrake without the car.
Chronically
Is this
online
going?
masturbator.
Is this what?
Yeah, it's just a term for someone that is just it's a type of masturbator, essentially. Like they're a gooner. Goon as in
you mean
the release.
I think we broke Staten.
well, AI is not even real. You're telling me people do that to AI?
And what's worse, the thing with people that use AI to have girlfriends, these are usually people that can't get love. And why can't they get love? Because they're not nice people. So then they'll talk to these AI, and now we're getting a really big problem where these men, it's a lot of men who will go to these AI women and they are abusive to them. We have seen a lot of it to where they're like programming these AI to be super submissive, but in like an 1800s type way. And another problem with it is the fact that AI doesn't know right from wrong. So it'll put this idea in these people's brains who are already very sick individuals who they're looking to robots for. And they definitely need help. They need help. And it's a perpetuation of it to where they make them feel more lonely and make them feel more right in their opinions, or they become the girl of their dreams, which doesn't really exist anymore because that idea has been gone since I hope the 1840s, or the 1900s. And another problem with it is you'll see again the fact that it can't tell from right from wrong. It could be any age. So we see people who are making these AI lovers or these AI partners, and they can make them how young they want. And the AI doesn't care. It does not care. It'll do whatever it wants.
You better not be implying what I think you're implying, because otherwise
It's true. It has been happening. It's a big problem. Another side thing that is really real is we can take images of, we have seen this happening. People are taking images of children from Facebook, and they'll put it into AI and ask it to do things to it and make videos out of that picture, and it will do it. A few weeks ago at a high school, not even a high school, at a middle school, school boys took a middle school girl's image and made porn out of it and submitted it to other kids in middle school, and they got off scot-free because AI is so new, they didn't know, like, they don't know what to do about it, but people are making CP from it. It is real, it is happening.
What CP?
Child
Oh,
pornography.
Oh, I'm so stupid. I should have
you know what?
clicked.
No offense, but I was listening to Cherry, and Cherry, no offense, but now my tea doesn't taste as quite as good as it used to 5 seconds ago.
What
So
doesn't?
it's rough, his tea.
Oh, but anyways, give me a second. I need to collect my thoughts here. Okay,
Mhm.
I thought we hit a new low when schools have reached a point where teachers are actually protecting and defending pedophiles
Well,
because they're like
Mhm.
saying you don't call them pedophiles anymore. You call them maps. It's disrespectful to call. They don't deserve respect.
Maps is another frustrating subject because as someone who's queer, then you'll see people who are homophobic and see gay people are defending them. But I have never met a gay person or another queer person that actually sees maps as a thing. These are people that want to be recognized and they want to be seen as good. And so they're trying to feed into spaces that they don't freaking belong. And they are getting other people who already hate gay people to hate them even more. And it's not our faults.
But here's the other thing too to think about is the fact that because of this, if you look at the comment sections, both under YouTube and TikTok, you'll notice that pedophiles are no longer hiding. They're actually literally coming out in the comment section, defending themselves and defending
Mhm.
each other. It's like they feel so comfortable now. They're not hiding. That's how bad
you
things
know,
have gotten. And now you're telling me that AI is also, in a way, allowing this.
It's
it gets worse.
perpetuating.
I'm not sure what
Is there a coming
if
back from this?
Not unless they don't allow them. No. Because you can upload any image of anyone, anyone, and it can make porn out of it. So you'll see on Twitter someone in the comments of a woman just posting her at a mall in her outfit, and someone be like, AI, take off her clothes, and it can, and it does.
two things. One, depending whether you want to know this stat, but because it gets worse, but I'm gonna do
Mhm.
it sparingly. So,
Go ahead.
um, remember Cherry said that the people make goon material literally out of anything, like
Mhm.
Rule 34, just so so much worse.
Hmm.
Yeah. Cherry, do me a favor. Do you have a laptop anywhere?
No.
Then just Google sex bots in Germany 2026, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Oh god, I know what you're talking about.
What? Because
Yeah,
I'm lost.
you don't want to know.
Okay, I'll take your
You do
word
not
for
want
it.
to know.
Just so you
But
know, I don't plan on getting this monetized on YouTube. I have links to my Cash App and Venmo, so I'm not worried about being demonetized or anything. So YouTube can just
Look,
suck it in terms of censorship.
okay, long story short, AI powered sex bots. And
that
as for
can
to
do
your,
anything
can we
and can
come
say
back to
anything.
from this? Yes, but it's called the Carrington event, meaning a big old flare fries all electronics and sends us to the Middle Ages.
So, with this said, I have to ask, and I'm not trying to. I'm actually being serious, so please don't interpret this as me being inappropriate. Is porn addiction going up as a result of all this?
Porn incomprehension probably is. Porn addiction has always been a thing. I feel like it's hard for it to be, any worse than it is. But I think a problem we're seeing with AI is because, well, the whole reason porn addiction is bad is because young boys, it's why it's so bad, will look at videos of women being tortured essentially, and they're like, yeah, that's cool. That's how sex works. And now with AI, it's getting even worse to where the fine line between consent is now even more muddled, or even the age of consent to where what is and isn't legal. and we're getting more of those videos, and it's getting even worse. And then you'll see these young children they're gonna find porn, but the porn that they're finding now are more violent, they're more graphic, and since no adults are there to help them understand what it is, now we're seeing people who will see this and be like, "That's how it works. That's how it is.
Well,
This is what girls want, this is what guys want."
We've reached the
I would
halfway
say that
marks. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Tinfoil. I'll let you speak first.
I would disagree a little bit here with Cherry. It's not that, well, I wouldn't say it's just the boys, because I mean, no offense, but book talk is a thing. So yeah, I've read like a couple of lines of it, and yeah, that was nope. And that's what women read. And I think, like, Jesus, ladies, really? That a thing? As for uh, this being normal, and yeah, kids thinking this is normal, and yeah, that's how sex works. Yeah, if your name is Jeffrey Dahmer,
But who's there to
no.
tell them it's not? Because when okay, think of
Thankfully,
yourself.
sorry.
When you first found porn, did you show it to your parents, and were they able to tell you, like, let's just say you found something that was vanilla, but what if you didn't? And a lot of when people find porn for the first time, they're not gonna run up and tell an adult, like, "Look what I found." Maybe some, but not all of them. So no one is there to help them understand right from wrong, maybe until high school. So
Look, I don't
these
want to risk that
of
I'm gonna sound like a pervert, or like somebody extremely old, like possibly carbon dated.
Mm.
But my discovery is, let's put it this way, I'm called by my friends because of that, that I'm the most vanilla person that was ever conceived in the history of vanilla shit. So yeah, the most hardcore I would go is Playboys. So yeah,
But that's your
no,
experience.
no, I don't have any. I mean, I know the general terms, but that's about it. I
Now,
don't look for it. I don't want it. And looking at what is going around with social media, what we've been talking about, and usually a lot of it was, well, it's been a little bit uh, curtailed, maybe let's call it like that, but mostly because of the backlash of financial stuff was also perpetuated by Grok on X.
we're a little behind here, so I'm gonna say we've passed the halfway mark. So I'm opening, even though not a lot of people are watching right now. There's a lot. The podcast is now open to anyone who wants to hop in one at a time into the voice chat to throw in their thoughts and opinions and ask questions. So if you're past the 30-minute mark and you're just coming into the podcast, we're talking about AI, and we got our lovely guest Cherry B. I hope that this won't be the only time she's on. She's actually been quite a joy to have here.
Thank you, thank you.
And yeah, even my wife loves your content too. She especially loved the part on when you played Closing Shift, when the characters were making fun of one of the girls for their weight, and you're like, "Hey, you don't calorie shame here, you twig." And
Yeah.
my wife just smiled at that, and she's just like, "Yeah." Anyways, but the thing is, let's see here. I had another thought going through my head in regards to AI and the AI bots. Oh, yeah, there's another thing. And that is why. I mean, are people actually? Do they lose touch with reality to the point where they forget in the moment that it's not real? Because it's like for me, it's like back when I was a kid, I remember when Who Framed Roger Rabbit was a big movie, and people acted like they were literally attracted to Jessica Rabbit, and and even in my stages when I was going through puberty, I'm like watching it, and I'm thinking, it's a cartoon. It's not real. I can't find myself feeling attracted to something that isn't real, if that makes sense. Yeah, I get that she has a voice
Yeah, I'm still
actor.
attracted to Jessica.
Huh?
Shush you, I'm still attracted to Jessica. She's hot.
Okay, I mean, I guess it to me it's like if you can't feel it, you can't actually interact with the person face to face.
Now, look, what
It ruins the illusion that there's could be anything real there.
look for your question. Do people talk to each other? Are we so how do I call it nicely divorced from reality? I mean, think about it. You have let's count down even on fingers. You got X, you got Facebook, you got Discord, you got all the voice communicators, you got all the online forums. Then you had the COVIDs, then you got whatever you want to call it. People are afraid to talk to each other. And now with this AI, I think people being afraid of being turned into a meme or a Tumblr pic or something. People are afraid of each other now.
You opened the door to an all new subject now, which I think we should actually touch on. Before we do, though, and I promise we'll get back to it, but I just remembered what I was gonna say before I blanked out. You, Cherry talked about how young kids have access to this adult content.
Mhm.
I remember I grew up in the time period back when the internet was rarely a public thing. Like only people that could afford it would have the internet. And it was during the dial-up ages. Back in those days, porn sites actually had password protections for keep kids
Mhm.
out. And
Mhm.
I know this because my dad and I, who were still just learning how the internet worked, we listened to this radio station that we were a big fan of. This guy, his name was Pat White. You may not know about him because he's more of a local radio station guy. But anyways, we decided to look up the Pat White show. So this is before Google even existed. So we had a regular web page search bar. We typed in www.thepatwhiteshow.com, except for instead of a W, we accidentally put in a T. So it took us to a Petite or Patite web page, which was porn. And it wasn't protected. We
Father bonding moment.
we phoned right away. The I forget who we phoned, but we told because it was my sister's house at the time, and she's the one that called them up, and they had a password thing placed over it, so we knew what it looked like to have a web page blocked. By, but it's like,
Hello.
is that? Are you? Hush. Now, anyways, are you saying that those don't exist anymore?
No. 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 And it's not even porn isn't even on websites, porn website specific anymore. You can, make it anywhere. You like I said with AI, you can make it. Or on Twitter, you can see it anywhere by looking up. I have seen on TikTok porn and I will report it and it doesn't get reported because they have ways of going around it. It is everywhere now and unprotected, and because sex is very taboo, we just don't talk about it. We don't talk about it.
Alderon in
My
the comment
question
section is showing that you struck a chord with him, Jerry.
Mhm.
What
mind
were
if I ask something?
Sure.
Mm.
In the context of what we were talking about, Cherry, right? Can we please say sex is taboo now? Since you go out of home, you literally trip over it now.
So when I say sex is taboo, I mean in education. When my sex education was about the birth process, they didn't even teach us how the thing worked. And
Wait,
when
so they gave you the birds and the bees?
kinda not really. It
Oh,
was more of
Jesus
like,
Christ.
here's what it happens, and that's it. And then I was taught that consent means no, and consent, like, not consent means no. That yes is yes, no means no, maybe means no, and consent, and that if she's drunk, like, all that. But it's more than that. And what I think we need to teach people how to handle porn and how to see something and know that that's legally not right, because it's very easy to fall down rape mindset for a lot of people.
This is
It's rough.
well.
Regretting your life choices, Saturn.
Now the thing, I this may be something that people will disagree with me on, and I'm okay with it. But I'm old fashioned in the sense that I think the sex talk should be between parents and their children.
Mhm.
I don't think the schools should ever have a right to teach us or teach the kids that sort of thing. Because for one thing, how do we know that the schools are teaching the kids the right thing? For one thing, that's
Mhm.
I don't. I'm sorry, but
Well,
I don't trust the schools anymore, and I haven't for
Fair
a
enough.
long time.
in that case, Saturn, you're not old-fashioned, you're biblically old-fashioned.
I'm sorry. I thought we met tinfoil.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing, I'm just saying how way back you go with this.
Yeah, well, there are just some things that we had it right from the start, and when we drifted away from it, then that's when things got pretty fricked up. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying all change is bad, but some of the things that there are a few things we had it right the first time.
Such as?
What we're talking about, the whole sex talk between parents and their children, and keep it
Yeah,
between
no, I'm
them.
just trying to be a dick and make you uncomfortable.
You know, keep it in the family. I didn't mean it that way. Oh, don't
Dun,
look at me
dun,
like
dun,
that, Cherry.
dun.
Don't look at me that way.
Sure, bud. Sure.
Stranger danger.
Sweet home Alabama. Anyway,
I'm surprised.
something with AI that. Oh wait, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I'm surprised you're as loud as you are, Tinfoil, because it should be 2 a.m. where you're at, or actually almost 3. But go ahead now, Cherry. What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say the thing that I think people don't understand with AI and art, and I did want to talk about this before we moved on to a different conversation in terms of AI, is that a lot of people, when it comes to excusing AI in terms of like art for drawing, for example, they're like, well, what if people can't? And I think we've lost the art of learning a hobby. The whole point of people who have worked forever to draw and to learn how to add to adapt and to get better is it took time. And we have lost that want to be better. We've lost that want to want to get a new hobby and actually learn how to do it, because when people put into a prompt man naked period, and you're not doing anything. You're not drawing actually. You're not making an art. You're not doing anything. The AI is doing it, and the AI
You're
stole it from
commissioning
someone
the
else who already
work.
did it before. And I
Look,
think when people say that, "Oh, well, what about people who can't do it?" Then you can't do it. Or can you? You just don't wanna learn. There's, like, a fine line between it to where people just don't wanna have the
TLD,
time because it takes time to learn a new thing and to be good at it.
TLDR mindset.
Now, really quick, just to catch up on the comment section. Uh, Alderon quoted the father bonding moment. He also said, Cherry said it right, LOL, and look at the comments above, which I just read. So we're caught up,
Oh,
Alderon. Um, so now
got
we can
you.
continue.
Got you, Alderon.
Well, we have really covered over not only a lot, but I've learned a lot, and we've covered over some subjects I did not originally plan on for us to cover over, but I think it actually goes hand in hand, surprisingly so.
Hmm.
So, so with that said, are there any other subjects, Cherry and Tinfoil, about AI that we have yet to cover over that we should?
Yes,
Well, it
Okay,
but
comprises
I'll let you go
the
first.
data theft,
what
for
now,
one,
Tinfoil?
I guess. So I would say it's not a lot of things. Let's put it this way: AI is also like a tool used for the data or identity theft, and that's not covered enough. This entire Discord debacle with, well, we all know about it, right? So there's no point in.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you're being sarcastic here, Cherry, just
No, I
because
do
look
know
at.
about it. It's just like agitating that we're
Yeah,
it's just
people
really
forget
upsetting.
that a lot of AIs that are used for this kind of as tools for that persona company or like that, they don't understand intention, and you can literally social engineer AI into giving you somebody's data or giving the control or their computer. That's how
Mm.
Discord lost 70,000 people's datas, and this entire thing is gonna backfire epically even more on them if they triple down on stupid. Mm, And in any case, well, let's put it this way: if this comes to pass, I would say using the AI for that once. So just to use your telemetric data, the photo data prior, just make a handsome Squidward photo and just post it, and it'll be done. Hopefully. And as for you, Cherry, what would you add?
Ooh, I think a big thing for AI is its environmental impact. For
Mm,
one facility alone, when it was built for Google, I don't know exactly, but somewhere in the South, it has completely messed up an entire community of people, and that is just one data center. And they want to build more. And if one data center has already caused such a big rush up in one area, then we're going to go even worse down the drain in terms of taking care of our planet. And people seemingly don't care about that.
well,
Now,
there's also one thing that people don't say. The energy consumption, everything Cherry mentioned, yes, of course. But apparently, there's a study. Apparently, the AI, the servers or data centers or whatever, apparently, large, let's say, called it blast radius, it emits a sound but below our hearing frequencies that actually makes people sick.
People can hear it at
Also,
night.
weirdly enough, it's gonna sound like, well, tinfoily shit, but apparently, due to the fact of the consumption of AIs, well, we know how power hungry that thing is. Basically, it pollutes electricity, meaning it kind of makes your frequency in your local area wobble. Let's call it that. I'm not an electrician, but so
Statton
I
had
can't.
it's true. Because people are
And
prioritizing AI, so they will rather put the power companies would rather give it to the AI than to people's homes or, in the area in general. So that is actually happening.
thing is that wobble in your currents when you're near a data center actually damages electronics and electrical devices in your home. They degrade faster, allegedly. God, I love that word.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
now, this is um, this is some pretty dark stuff we're covering over, and I gotta say, and I know that not a lot of people have actually seen the streamed live, but the one thing I love about YouTube is it'll take lives after we're done and convert them into videos. So
Mhm.
so I would recommend, and this could sound like it's shameless advertisement, but I think we should actually try to figure a way to push this video out, if for no other reason, just to wake people up and make them realize just how messed up AI is, or at the very least, how AI is messing us up as a people. Now we're at the final 10 minutes, so I think now would be the
Dun,
time
dun,
for us
dun.
to bring up the advertisement. So, Cherry, ladies first, what would you like to advertise?
My TikTok, of course. Please check it out. I stream Monday through Fridays, usually 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I also have a Twitch. It's the same name, Cherry B or Cherry_B.
I have the link to her stuff in the description of this live for anyone that's
Fantastic.
interesting. I may have to add your two YouTube channels later on, but the TikTok and Twitch are on there already.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Well, then.
And And Tinfoil, do you have anything you want to advertise?
Aside, none really. I'm
Okay.
common sense people.
Now, with that said, the thing I'd like to advertise is don't forget to check out my Discord server called Statton's Mansion. I leave a link to it in the description of all my videos and podcast episodes, and I leave a link to my Venmo and Cash App account for optional donations. Donations are not required, but they are appreciated, and they make it so that we can speak as openly as we want and not worry about censorship and all that. So, with that said, normally, I would do the ladies first thing, but since you're our special guest and I have no idea when we'll have you back next time, I'm gonna save you for last. So, Tinfoil, do you have any closing words before we end this episode?
Say no to clankers.
Short and simple. Love it. Now, Cherry B, do you have any closing words that you would like to give?
Remember, guys, it's okay that something is hard, it takes a while to do, as long as you do it and not take any shortcuts. It's yours.
That's good. In fact, I've actually learned a lot from you by watching your stuff. I'm not exaggerating. For one thing, I will confess this. I've always been afraid to post long playthroughs. Like, there's one playthrough. I've been at it for over a year because I'm at a part where I keep dying over and over again, so there's no progression. So it's like, okay, in that situation, I've wasted footage recording myself just dying over and over again. Is there even a point to me posting it? Are people gonna watch it and think, well, it's funny he died, but it's pretty much pointless because there's no progression to the story. So you have taught me to just not worry about it, post it anyways. People have a problem with it, that's their problem. As long as I can make my deaths entertaining, that ought to do it. And
nothing's ever wasted. If you if you had fun with it, it's not wasted.
So you're actually teaching me to be more confident with my content, and so watching you is hilarious because how you get into. Because between you and me, I also hate the sound of my voice. I think I have a deadpan voice. I think Ben Stein sounds more entertaining than I do, has more feeling than I do. Because when I listen back to my recordings, I sound slow and sound like I'm stuttering over my own words. I don't know how I sound now, but that's how. So your words do strike a chord with me, Cherry, and I do appreciate everything you've done. I appreciate the fact that you've been a guest on here. I will keep an eye out for other subjects that you might be interested in, and I will invite you back if you're ever interested. We hope you enjoyed your time here.
I did. Thanks for having me.
And with that said, this is where I call it done, guys. We hope you all learned something from this podcast. We hope you enjoyed it. My name is Statton. Like, share, and subscribe. And y'all have yourselves a wonderful day. And remember, you are not alone.